Okay, this little video is dedicated to show us how to get a certificate for trade skill program in Canada. Okay, here we have can I get a certificate of qualification from a provincial, territorial, federal body or federal body for the federal skill trade program. So that's basically what this video is dedicated to show us. Okay, in Canada, provinces and territory. Okay, these are some of the requirements. Okay, there are bodies in charge of education and training, including skilled trade apprenticeships. Okay, usually this body decide on the standard and condition used to assess and recognize foreign credentials for certain trades. Okay, and you see a link here showing us a list of regulatory bodies that govern trade skills in various provinces. So we'll just click on that and it will take us to get assessed by province or territory. Okay, you likely have to go to the province or territory to be assessed for your trade. You may also need an employer in Canada to give you experience and training. This will help you to have the Canada experience that they always require. To learn more about getting access, you should go to the website of the body that governs that specific trade for the province or territory where you would like to live and work. This is basically for people who are outside Canada, or even if you're within, you may want to change province. Okay, now the process is different depending on where you want to go. Each website have more details about the certificates of qualification to work in that province or territory in specific skills, specific skill trade, and what you have to do to get one. Okay, so over here I had already checked out something from Ontario. So let's just click, there are 12 provinces in Canada. Let's just click on Ontario to find out what are the requirements and what is happening in Ontario regarding skill trades. Okay, here we have moved to Ontario province to try and check what their regulations are. Work in your professional trades. For example, you're based in Nigeria and you want to move to Ontario with a profession, let's say as a car mechanic or as a tiler, as a bricklayer, mason, and all kind of trades. These are some of the requirements you would need. So we'll gradually go through them so that you see them. Okay, learn about the services available in Ontario to help you continue working in your profession or trade if you've been trained in another country, okay, like Nigeria. Okay, so here we can easily learn some of these things. Okay, definition, program, resources. Okay, so we just go through the overview. In Ontario, the government sets rules and laws for over 100 professions and trades in the province. This helps to protect the health and safety of the workers and the general public. Okay, so here we have the Ontario Bridge Training Program, and then we have the Trade Equivalency Assessment. These are just designed to assess the trade skills you have and possibly equate them to what's available in Canada. Okay, we'll have the Health Force Ontario. Now, this bridge training program, most of them are hosted by regular schools. Let me just click on that so that we'll see how it is. Ontario Bridge Training Program, and some of them can be quite expensive. Okay, now find bridge training program. As you can see here, trade equivalency assessment. So that's not what we're after. We're looking at the find a bridge training program. Let me just click on that, and then here you have the adult learning Ontario Bridge Training Program. When you look at the eligibility for this, you will see something. You see this. Okay, to be eligible for the bridge training program, you must be at least 18 years, a resident of Ontario. You see it now, you must reside in Ontario, not reside in another country. Okay, so these are some of the rules here, and you see over here, the last point here says international students and temporary foreign workers are not eligible. And then when you look at program cost, say fees may apply. The amount varies, and the amount is established by the service provider for these bridge training programs. So that's the information there. So let's go back to the just 1 minute. Let's look at the, let me click on the trade equivalency assessment. Let's see what it goes. So over here you have trade equivalency assessment. If you have work experience and training in skilled trade from another country, you can have your experience and skills compared to an apprenticeship program in Ontario. The trade equivalency assessment program assesses your skill based on more than 140 Ontario apprenticeship programs. If you meet all the training requirements, of that apprenticeship, you will qualify to apply for the certificate. And one challenge here is that this equivalency program, there are exams to write. Okay, let me just click on that. You'll see it now. There are exams to write, trade equivalency assessment. Okay, let me start from here. Skilled Trade Ontario Trade Equivalency Assessment is the first step toward obtaining certificate or qualification for experienced workers who have not completed an Ontario apprenticeship but have equivalent skills and experience. Okay, the trade equivalency assessment determines whether you can challenge the certifying exam for a trade. If successful in the exam, you will pay a fee to be issued a certificate. So you have an exam to write, and then you have to pay before you can get the certificate. And I can guarantee you, even that exam is also not free. All right, now these are some of the rules here. You have to be outside of Canada. Okay, boldly written there. But the trade equivalence assessment may be for you if you have trade experience gained from outside of Canada, any Canadian province or territory, but you don't have the certificate yet. Okay, so these are all the provisions here. So you can see the reassessment and all that. And there are a lot of trades. Let me see if I can click on one of the trades. There are a lot of trades we can find here. Okay, trade with certifying exams. Let's just click on that. Then you see a whole list of trades. Okay, these are all the trades. You have this one here, Aboriginal Child Development Practitioner. This one doesn't require exam, but of course it requires several hours of training. Let me just click on it so that I will see the number of hours that may be required. This is like the resource material for the training. And how many hours do they require here? Let's see. This one is not even written. Okay, so to open this PDF file, I don't have the time for that. I'm trying to make this video as short as possible. Okay, let me just go to something else that we may be able to reckon with. Let's look at agricultural equipment technician. Okay, this one you require an exam, and then there's a body called the Red Seal who will issue you your document. Let's just click on that and see what this trade skill will do. So these are some of what you are needed to know: inspect, diagnose, repair agricultural machinery such as tractors, implement use of tillage, planting, harvesting, spraying, irrigation, specifically an agricultural equipment technician services, and repair various agricultural equipment systems, including electrical, hydraulic, engine. Okay, so these are basically all. Okay, and then you have the Red Seal trade mark, and then these are the apprenticeship resources. Okay, material you would need for your training. It's already here. You can download read. But there's a clause I want us to take note of here. An apprenticeship training program consists of on-the-job and in-school training generally. Generally, the time frame to become competent in the trade of agricultural equipment is 7,000 hours, approximately 3.5 years of training. You can see that. Okay, so it takes a long time, consisting of 6,280 hours of on-the-job training and 720 hours of in-class training, that's in-school training. So these are some of the basic things I want us to. I think I will just stop here now so that this video doesn't get too long. In the part 2, I will continue from here. Thank you.